Welcome back to Thai Movie Recap, where we dive deep into Thailand's most haunting movie. Tonight, we travel back to 1930s Thailand, a time when shadows were longer, houses were quieter, and the line between the living and the dead was much, much thinner. This is The Unseeable, a story about grief, memory, and the ghosts we create when we can't let go. The Woman in the Rain. Our story begins on a stormy night. A young woman named Nualjan is traveling through the countryside, searching for her missing husband. She's heavily pregnant, shivering, her clothes soaked from the rain. She stumbles upon an old mansion hidden deep in the fields, the kind of house that looks forgotten by time itself. She knocks on the door. A servant opens it, an old woman with eyes like candlelight. The woman stares for a moment and says, "You shouldn't be here." But Nualjan begs, "Please, I just need shelter for one night." The door opens wider. The servant sighs, "Come in then. But remember, there are things in this house you shouldn't see." The House of Shadows. Inside, the house feels alive. The air is thick, heavy, like it's holding its breath. Nualjan meets the owner, Maeju, a beautiful, elegant woman dressed in old-fashioned silk. She smiles softly, her skin pale as moonlight. "You can stay here as long as you wish," Maeju says, "but do not wander at night." She agrees, but curiosity soon takes over. At night, she hears whispers, footsteps, a child laughing somewhere down the hall, and through the wooden slats of her room, she sees shadows moving where no one should be. The Servants' Secrets. The next morning, Nualjan joins the servants for breakfast. They're quiet, suspicious. When she asks about the woman of the house, one of them warns, "Don't speak her name too loud. She lost her husband too, you know, long ago." Nualjan nods, uneasy, but she can't help noticing the servants never meet her eyes for long. Later, she explores the garden. The trees are overgrown, the statues cracked, and in the distance, she spots a girl in a white dress, smiling faintly before vanishing behind the trees. When she asks Maeju about the girl, Maeju smiles sadly. "That's my daughter. She likes to play outside." But the servants whisper later that night, "Maeju's daughter died years ago." Echoes of the past. Days pass. Nualjan starts seeing more strange things. A woman combing her hair in the mirror that doesn't reflect her, a man's silhouette walking the hallway at dawn, and the sound of crying coming from the locked attic. One night, she wakes to find someone sitting at the end of her bed. A shadowed figure whispers, "You shouldn't have come." She screams, but when she lights the lamp, the bed is empty. Maeju rushes in, her voice calm, almost motherly. "Don't be afraid. This house remembers too much." Letters from the dead. While exploring the house one afternoon, Nualjan discovers a box of old letters in a drawer. They're addressed to Maeju's husband. Each letter is filled with longing, heartbreak, and madness. One reads, "You promised to return before the harvest. I waited until the leaves fell. Then I buried our love beneath the old tree." Nualjan's hands tremble. The handwriting, it looks familiar. It's her husband's. Could Maeju's missing husband and her missing husband be the same man? The thought gnaws at her. Every corner of the house feels like it's watching. The Forbidden Room. One night, unable to resist, Nualjan sneaks into the forbidden wing of the mansion. She finds portraits covered in dust, faces eerily resembling Maeju, painted decades apart. Each one looks younger, but the eyes are the same. Then she finds a locked door. A faint sound of crying leaks from inside. When she forces it open, she finds a room filled with old toys, and in the center, a small coffin. The lid moves slightly. She opens it. Inside lies a dried bouquet of jasmine, and a photograph of Maeju holding a little girl, with her husband standing beside them. Her husband. She drops the photo. Suddenly, the air shifts. Maeju stands behind her. "You found it." Her voice is soft, sad, but her eyes are cold. "You shouldn't have looked, Nualjan. He belonged to me first." The truth beneath the house. Maeju leads Nualjan outside into the storm. They stop beneath the old tree. Maeju points to the ground. "This is where I buried him." The earth trembles. A faint hand rises from the soil, skeletal, rotting. Nualjan cries out, clutching her stomach. Maeju kneels beside her, whispering, "He never left. None of them ever leave." Lightning flashes. Maeju's form flickers, half human, half decayed. "I waited for him so long that time forgot me." Birth and rebirth. Nualjan goes into labor. The servants rush to help, but Maeju stands silently, watching. As the baby's cry fills the air, Maeju smiles. For a moment, she looks alive again. "A child born in this house is mine now," she whispers. Nualjan screams, holding her baby tight. "You can't take her." Maeju reaches out, but her hand passes through the child like smoke. The walls begin to shake. Candles explode. The house groans like it's in pain. When Nualjan opens her eyes again, she's lying in a hospital bed weeks later. The doctor tells her she was found unconscious in an abandoned house. No one else was there. No records of a Maeju. No servants, no mansion, just ruins. The Unseeable years later, Nualjan lives with her daughter in a small home. Sometimes at night, she catches her daughter talking to someone unseen. "Mama Jew," the girl says softly, smiling at the empty chair. Nualjan's face pales. She asks, "Who's Mama Jew?" The girl replies, "The lady who comes when you're asleep. She tells me I look like you." Nualjan hugs her daughter tightly. Tears fall silently. Outside, in the reflection of the window, Maeju stands in the rain, smiling faintly. And as the wind blows, the faint scent of jasmine fills the air again. Epilogue: The House That Remembers. Host: gentle, reflective tone. Maybe the scariest ghosts aren't the ones that haunt our houses, but the ones that live inside our hearts. The Unseeable isn't a story about fear. It's about longing, how love, when twisted by time and grief, can become something eternal. Maeju waited for her husband until even death forgot her name. And in her waiting, she became a part of the house, a memory that refused to fade. Nualjan's tragedy was that she entered a place built on sorrow, and found herself reflected in it. Both women were trapped, one by the past and one by love. Host: final line, slow and soft. Some ghosts don't appear to scare us. They appear to remind us that love, once buried, still breathes beneath the soil. Thank you for listening to Thai Movie Review and Spoil. This was a heavy one, a story that leaves you with a lot to think about. What are your thoughts on the film? Which scene has stayed with you all these years? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. That's all the time we have for today. Until next time, goodbye.